Dr. Abid Suleri, Excellencies representing the Diplomatic Corps, our development partners, esteemed scholars from 23 countries, faculty members, students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning. It is a profound honor for me to address this distinguished gathering at the 28th Sustainable Development Conference, a beacon of hope that for nearly 3 decades has illuminated not just South Asia's path as the region's premier forum for dialogue, evidence-driven insights, and transformative collaboration on sustainability, but has now expanded its scope to almost 23 countries' participation. I extend my deepest commendations to the Sustainable Development Policy Institute, SDPI, the Institute for Global Environmental Strategies, and our own Ministry of Planning and Special Initiatives for convening this critical discourse at a pivotal juncture for our region, globe, and the planet. A special tribute to Ambassador Shafkat Kaka Khail Sahab, Dr. Abid Qayyum Suleri, and Professor Nasir Mahmood, Vice Chancellor, whose leadership has elevated SDPI into a national treasure, forging unbreakable links between rigorous research and real-world reform, between policy blueprints and on-the-ground impact. I warmly welcome our esteemed guests and partners from the United Nations, Japan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and across South and Southwest Asia. Your presence here underscores our remarkable shared conviction. The road to enduring peace and prosperity is paved with sustainable development. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, nowhere does the clarion call for sustainable development echo louder than in our region, South Asia, home to nearly 2 billion souls, a quarter of humanity's heartbeat. This is a tapestry of boundless human ingenuity, profound cultural heritage, and untapped economic dynamism. Yet it is also a front line of converging crisis. Despite remarkable strides, over 380 million South Asians remain trapped in multi-dimensional poverty, with nearly all exposed to escalating climate hazards. 1 in 3 children battles stunting, and without bold adaptation, climate shocks could thrust 40 million more into poverty's grip by 2030. Our region emits less than 10%, and Pakistan particularly less than 1% of global carbon, yet we bear the heaviest scars. From vanishing Himalayan glaciers and devastating floods to unrelenting heat waves and ferocious cyclones. The cataclysmic floods that ravaged Pakistan in 2022, and I happened to monitor the whole process of rescue relief as in charge of the National Flood Coordination Council. India and Bangladesh in 2024 and Nepal in 2025 serve as harrowing harbingers. Climate chaos knows no sovereignty. I will never forget surveying the devastation this year in my own constituency of Narowal during recent floods. Rivers like the Ravi overflowed, partly due to climate disaster and partly due to water aggression, submerging vast rice fields and turning livelihoods into ruins. I met families who were farmers who had lost not just their crops, but their homes and hopes built over generations. One elderly man, clutching the remnants of his flooded home, looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "This water has taken everything, but we will rebuild." That raw human resilience amid such profound loss drives my unyielding commitment to turning vulnerability into strength and demonstrates the resilience that our people possess. The imperative is unmistakable. Our perils are intertwined, demanding solutions forged in unity. We must forge a compact for sustainable development, amplifying cooperation in climate adaptation instead of promoting conflicts in the world. Cross-border renewable energy trade, resilient agriculture, and knowledge sharing. Only through this regional and global renaissance can our region, South Asia, and the world evolve from victim of climate vulnerability into a vanguard of climate leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, we convene amid a storm of global upheaval, economic fractures, technological divides, and eroding international trust. The UN Sustainable Development Goals Report 2024 paints a very sobering picture. Only 17% of targets are on track, while nearly half lag moderately or severely, and over one-third have stalled or regressed. Developing nations now hemorrhage much of their budgets on debt servicing, often eclipsing investments in health or education. Without a radical overhaul of the global financial architecture, the SDGs will remain a mirage for the global South. Pakistan amplifies the clarion call for a new development compact, one that guarantees equitable flows of finance, technology, and trade. Climate finance must be reliable, accessible, and just. We cannot green our futures if forced to choose between repaying debts and uplifting our people. As Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif declared, the climate crisis is an economic crisis and it demands collective responsibility, not collective indifference. In Pakistan, we have woven the SDGs into our national fabric, earlier under Vision 2025, and now through the Udan Pakistan framework, our roadmap to an inclusive, knowledge-driven, and globally competitive $1 trillion economy by 2035. This vision rests on 5 unyielding pillars, the 5 E's. 1, the export-led growth, igniting competitiveness and productivity to fuel prosperity. 2, e-Pakistan, harnessing digitalization to revolutionize governance, education, and economic opportunity to transform our economy into a techno-economy. 3, environmental and climate resilience, infusing sustainability into every policy decision and particularly focusing on the challenge of water and food security due to the climate change. 4, energy and infrastructure, championing efficiency, affordability, and bold green transition. And 5th, equity and empowerment, unleashing human potential and ensuring dignity for all with particular focus on youth, women, and marginalized communities. These pillars mirror Agenda 2030, harmonizing social equity, economic vitality, and environmental stewardship into a unified national symphony. At the core beats equity and empowerment, for no nation thrives on inequality's fault lines. True progress is gauged not by elite capture but by universal opportunity. Under this pillar, we advance a comprehensive human development agenda, education for all. Education is society's great equalizer. With over 25 million children out of school, we confront a crisis of conscience. Our National Education Emergency Initiative aims to expand access, elevate quality, and tailor curricula to a digital green future, affirming every child's right to learn, innovate, and aspire, irrespective of gender, region, or means. I recall during my earlier tenures as sending thousands of young scholars abroad under programs like the Teachers and Researchers Overseas Scholarship Scheme. One such student from a remote village in Balochistan returned as a PhD in engineering, now leading innovations in renewable energy back home. Stories like this or his, transforming lives from exclusion to excellence, remind us that education isn't abstract policy. It's the spark that ignites dreams and builds nations. Health and well-being, a vibrant populace powers progress. We amplify primary health care, maternal nutrition and disease prevention via the health insurance programs, advancing towards health coverage for millions, tackling stunting affecting nearly 38 to 40% of our children is paramount. No young life should be stunted by deprivation. Population planning and family well-being, with a population surpassing 240 million people and the growth rate escalating from 2.4 to 2.55% is quite a challenge. We actually have to reverse this trend because what we found that in last census we have put our foot from brake onto accelerator